We want to be better, we want to be successful, but we don't want to do the work that it takes to be successful. Change is a progressive situation. It takes steps, it takes time. You have to do some things in order to change. And most of our young people, they want us to say one phrase that can make them change overnight. And it doesn't work that way. Okay, change takes patience and it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. So that's one of the things that I do. I do recommend that if you got a young guy or a young person that's going through, they need to be in rehab. Okay, now I got like 15 minutes to go through all this stuff. Now the first thing I want to do, real quick, let me get 6 people to blow up a balloon for me. 6 people.
There's one right there, little man right here. You want to help Eric?
Little boy.
He want to help. Oh, Mom said no.
All right, here we go. He got a cookie in his mouth. Hey, blow up a balloon. You gonna do it? Okay, man. You got it tied up too now. Hey, make it pretty big too. Make it pretty big. Anybody else can blow up a balloon? Yes. Okay, one more. I need one more. Yeah, you can do it now. Try to make it pretty big. You can blow up a balloon. Look it out, man. Okay.
Hi.
All right.
We did it yesterday.
Yeah, that's what happens when we get up there in age. Well, even blowing a balloon is difficult, right? Okay, this is what I want to do, because in chapter 1, I give some definitions, and I really talk about our risk reduction program in chapter 1, because I tell you some things about high risk and low risk choices. Okay, I tell you about protecting the things that we value, because high risk choices are those choices that we make that jeopardize what we value. Low risk choices are those choices that protect the things that we value. So the first thing I want to do is I want to ask you some questions about what are some of the things that you value? What are some of the things that are important to you?
Freedom.
Freedom? Great. Freedom.
Family.
Family.
Warm weather.
Family.
Health.
Health.
Security.
Security.
Friends.
Car.
Friends. What else?
Car.
Okay, car. All right. Hey, this is what I want you to do. You write on that one. You write the first one, freedom. On the balloon. You write family. On your balloon. Health. On yours. Security. Those on yours. Who else?
Brandon and
Okay.
Eric ain't watching him.
Brandon on? Yeah, we'll share. Now, can I get 3 volunteers up here?
3 volunteers.
3 volunteers right here. Thank you. Can I get you tied it up for me? Yeah. Tied it up for me. Thank you. Here we go.
Where'd that little pink balloon come from? I saw that big balloon.
I don't know. I think that was the kid, wasn't it?
No, we need help.
Okay, he's coming with his. He put the car in there.
Here we go. All right, we're done with it? Little man, all right. Thank you, sir. All right, now, this is what we got to do. Listen to the other. Let me see if y'all can listen. Let me see if y'all can listen like my students. All right, this is what you got to do. You have to keep the ball, you have to keep the balloon up over your head. You can't let it hit the ground. Okay, if it gets past your head right here, you gotta let it hit the ground. Alright? So you gotta keep it up. You can't have it, you can't hold it. Okay, you gotta let it go. But it's gotta stay above your head. Alright? Let's go. Try.
What? I can't, I know what you can't hold.
You can't hold it, you gotta let it go.
But look
Gotta let it go. You gotta stay above your head.
both of them is, both.
You gotta let them go, you gotta let them go. See that? You gotta let them
I
go.
can't raise the thumb.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll just let that one fall then. We got two falls. This one right here, you go ahead and keep it up. Keep it up.
You got to do
Keep it
work.
up.
All right, Brandon. Go, Brandon. Go, Brandon.
All right, stop. All right, thank you. One more. Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing. But this time, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add the special one in there. This is special. This cannot hit the ground. I don't care what you do. This one cannot touch the ground. All right?
Oh, gee.
All right. You ready? Yeah. Go.
You don't know?
Thank you. I clean up the balloons a lot. Thank you. Now, these are things that we value. Okay, and it's already hard enough for us to focus on all of these things that we value. It's hard enough. But then when I put this one in, okay, all the focus went to that one because I said it was special. That's drugs. That's alcohol. That's what happens. When we start to focus on that one thing, we start losing our families. We start losing our friends. We start losing our freedoms.
Oh, yeah, all that.
Okay? We start losing our health. Okay, because we focusing on this one thing right here. That's what it does. That's what addiction does. Okay, so in chapter 1, that's basically what we do. That's the risk reduction program. And we get people to thinking about how these high-risk choices jeopardize the things that we have. Okay? If I go and I decide to drink it and drive at a party, it's a high-risk choice. Because, I can get out, I'm drunk, and I'm behind the wheel of a car. I can hurt somebody. I can kill somebody. Okay? So in chapter 1, that's what chapter 1 is dedicated to. Talking about the definition. I tell you about the different addictions you can have. Social addiction, state dependency. State dependency is that's a dependency I have. Like when I was in college, I used to play pool great when I was high. But when I wasn't high, I couldn't play that well. So guess what? I associated being high with me being good with pool. So I never played pool without being high. So those are the kind of things that we talk about in chapter 1. Okay? Then in chapter 2, again, I dedicated chapter 2 to families of people with addiction. Again, because, my wife, it affected her a lot more than it affected me. Now, I was surprised, but once I realized that he was addicted, when I asked him, did he need some help? And he said, no, I'm good. I'm under control. When he said that to me, I wasn't surprised because I've been addicted before. My wife, she couldn't understand that. How did this boy got a scholarship to school? And he just got suspended. He just got kicked out of his high school. The college coach is still saying, man, he's so good, I'm going to take a chance on him. Okay, but I still come home the next day and he's still smoking. Okay, so that was a tough pill for her to swallow. And so I wrote chapter 2 just so I can let the family members know that, hey, I understand what you're going through. I understand that it's tough because, number one, you know that if this person stays on this track, they're going to die. Okay, but that's the result. That's the end result of having addiction, and if you don't control it, if you don't operate on your strategies, that's the end result. Premature death. Okay, that's it. So that's chapter 2. Then in chapter 3, that starts my level system. Because to me, going from dependency to freedom is like going up a long flight of stairs. Okay, so each step, is another hurdle that you overcome. And then when you get to chapter 12, level 10, so you like the Rocky movie. When Rocky was in Philadelphia, he got all that.
Yeah.
He thought he could do anything then, right?
Yeah.
He knew he was going to win.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's how I see it. It's a level system. And chapter 3 starts level 1. That's when we first realized that there's a problem. Okay? When my son, when we were in school, and they say they're going to kick him out of school, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was crying. Next day I come home, he's smoking in the garage. I knew it was a problem then. That's why I say, son, do you need some help, man? And he say, no, man, I got it. I'm good. Yeah. Because that's the beginning stage. College students will start doing bad in school, flunking classes. Students that were doing good in high school, all of a sudden they're doing bad. They start asking for more and more money. Even though, man, you just sent money 2 days ago, they still need money. Chapter 3, level 1. Things start to spiral down here. Okay? Chapter 4 and level 2, denial. They're going to deny that they have a problem. That's what they did. Now, that's the same thing. That's why I like to say mental health, addiction goes hand in hand. Because one of the things we have done, especially in the black community for years, man, I ain't going to see no shrink. Nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
Okay? Yes, it is. And it's only the people that acknowledge it. Okay? Because you're successful. You can do just like everybody else. But you got to acknowledge this is a problem so you can learn what you can do to overcome it. Right? So that's level 2, chapter 49. Okay, chapter 5 and level 3 is when that quest for freedom begins. Okay, for my son, and I use him as a subject a lot, one of the things that hurt him to the core was he put a picture on Facebook and his uncle said, "You look like a weed head." It hurt him. Okay? His friend, his best friend, they grew up together. His dad all of a sudden started saying, "You can't hang with her." Those are the things that brought depression on. And he started to realize, man, I done messed up a lot of opportunities. So the freedom quest begins. Chapter 5. Okay, level 3. Chapter 6 is when they start asking for help, and that's where you want them to be. You want them to ask for help. You don't want to force them. Okay, because it's not going to work unless they want to stop. Okay, so normally in that level 4, chapter 6, that's when they start asking. Chapter 7 and level 5, this is when you start to be reflective. Your desire to quit start to exceed your desire to keep using. Desperation. Rock bottom. Yeah, that's what has to happen. You have to hit rock bottom. Okay, that day that I did that 8 ball and came to the ship, that was rock bottom for me. I knew that was it. I wasn't going to make it. No human should do that much cocaine. Okay, so that was rock bottom. Chapter 8, level 6, the most important chapter in the book. Discipline yourself for the breakthrough. This is where most people, if you go to rehab, most people are out of rehab at this time. Okay? Most people have already done, because a lot of people go to rehab because it's court order. And when you go to rehab, it's a controlled environment. You can't just go anywhere. It's a lot of rules. It's a lot of testing. Right? And if you know you're sent by the court and you get caught and you pop positive, they're going to send you to jail. Okay? So it's a controlled environment. Now you're out of rehab. You met mandates of the court. Now you're back in the real world. You know, same people, same group, they call you. Hey, E man, I just heard you got out of rehab, man. Let's go celebrate. Yeah. So you have to discipline yourself for the breakthrough. You have to say, no, I got to change my environment. I got to change the way I do things. The recipe for disaster is to keep doing the same thing you've been doing and expecting a different result. Okay? You have to discipline yourself for the breakthrough. Okay, one of the things, true story, one of the things that I do as a basketball coach is I teach my kids, we do a drill every single practice. It's called protect the ball. Okay, I have one person, they're in a line. One group here, one group there, they're facing each other. One guy has the ball. Okay, and this is the job. The other guy's job is to try to take the ball from him. So he's hitting him, you know, he can hit him, you know, because that's what the other team wants. So he's trying to take the ball, and I make him work. When I see him just, you know, trying to be easy on the other player, I make him run. So they had to really do it. And what I was teaching them is that when you got pressure on you, these are the kind of things you can do. You got to squeeze the ball hard. You can rip it across your chest. You can rip it below your knees. You can pivot, and you can crotch it. You know, a lot of people think that's a bad word, but it's not. If a guy is on you really, really close, the referee will let you stick your knee right there. And most of the time they'll back off. But the thing is I had to teach them that even under pressure, you have to learn how to be patient. Because that's what the other team want to do. They want to force you out of what you normally do. So they want to put pressure on you. And that's the same thing with drugs and when all the other things that we do is pressure. And a lot of people crack under pressure. Okay, so I taught my team this every single practice. So when teams pressured us, guess what? All we had to do was do what we learned. That's discipline. Doing the things the way you were taught despite the pressure of the situation. You learn strategies to overcome your mental health. As long as you're doing the strategies, you're good. But as soon as you stop doing the strategies, as soon as you isolate yourself from the group, the enemy, the enemy is coming in. And guess what? You don't give up. I say it all the time. You see entertainers do it, rehab 45 days. Once out of rehab, 10 days later, back in the same way. Okay? So you got to discipline yourself for the breakthrough. Chapter 8, most important chapter in the book. Level 6. Chapter 9, level 7. Chapter 9 is where we have, it's called social void anxiety. Okay? That's the thing that you don't want to do. You don't want to isolate yourself because that's giving the devil too much time to play with your mind. You don't want to isolate yourself. We need each other. It's support groups. That's what this is called, right? Why is it a support group? Because we need to support each other. We help each other overcome our stuff. Right? So the social void is like, when I was doing my drugs and stuff, man, I used to like hanging with my boys. I used to like watching football. That's part of me. Basketball game. So I couldn't stop doing that. I just had to find people that do it and don't use and don't drink. See? So, chapter 9, level 7 is social void anxiety. You got to feel that void that you're going to have because you're going to desire. God made us that way, that we desire to be social. We want to be with family. We want to be with people. We want to have fun. Okay? And if you don't have fun in life, you're missing out. You're going to end up in some trouble. Okay? So, that's chapter 9. We have to feel that void that we want. Chapter 10, level 8. We got to fight when we want to give up. Temptation is going to come. I'm telling you, temptation is going to come. And you're going to, after 25 years, 26 years now, there's times when you say, man, I just relax. There's still temptation. But when that temptation comes, you know what I remember? I remember when I was messed up. I remember when I lost my family. I remember when I lost my freedom. I remember when my health was bad. I remember when I lost my security, my friends, and my car. I remember those things. And so I fight when I don't give up. Chapter 11, 11:9 is I have to become a champion or a leader to those that are going through what I went through. See, this is when the student becomes a teacher. Okay, that's important to me. Pouring into other people. I believe that's what God gave us life to do. He didn't give us gifts to keep it to ourselves. He gave us gifts so we can empower other people. Okay? And so that's what you got to do. That's what's going to keep you going in the right direction. Is you finding a purpose. You're helping people. I promise you, any teacher you ask, okay, what's the most important time in your life? What's the most joyous time in your life? They're going to tell you, when I see a student that I taught in the 6th grade graduate and walk across that stage. Okay? Because that's what we do. Chapter 11, you have to become a champion or a leader for others that are going through this road. It's not just going to help them, but it's going to help you. Because it's going to give you a purpose. And a man without purpose will fail. A woman without purpose will fail. So that's chapter 11. We have to become a champion. Chapter 12. I am a mountain mover. I'm a mountain mover. I believe I can do anything now. I do. I resigned my teaching job. Making some good money. Now I don't have no salary. Why? Because I'm a mountain mover. I believe I can do anything. I believe I can be successful at anything that I put my mind to. As long as I'm working hard. I'm a mountain mover. Jesus told his disciples one time, he said, look, if you had faith the size of a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, be thou removed into the ocean, and if you don't doubt, that mountain will do it. That's where you're going. Chapter 12, I'm a mountain mover. I believe that I can do. Now, that's one thing that I did when I was young, living in the project. My mom messed around and took us to church, and I heard the preacher preach that text, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Man, I believe that.